Yo, what's up, everybody? I want to say something real quick. You gonna see boxers looking in the mirror. That's the mirror. No, that's the mirror. You look in the mirror and they punching this way. It's not like this. Or they're doing like this, looking in the mirror, looking at themselves in the mirror. You're doing that. Why do they do that? That's a bad habit they learn. Like I was saying in the video, guys be looking one way and they punching another way. They be looking at them, they got their head turned and they punching and looking the other way. That's a bad habit. That's something they learned in the amateurs. Most boxers learn these bad habits in the amateurs. Because in the amateurs, you can get away with that bullshit that they be doing. Especially like not watching their weight and then making weight at the last minute. You can get away with that in the amateurs. You can't get away with that in the pros. You may get away with it for a little while, but it's going to catch up to you. All them guys that I seen that got messed up in boxing used to mess around with their weight and walk around overweight and going up to the next weight and shit like that because they can't watch their weight where they were. Like, I ain't going to say no names. Because I don't want to, they made some great accomplishments, but they just had a lot of bad habits that they learned from the amateurs. But making weight, like I said, making weight at the last minute. Walking around. They fight at 147, and they're walking around at 157, 160. Then when it's time to make weight, then they start losing the weight. Like Bernard Hopkins said, look at Bernard Hopkins compared to James Toney. Look at the accomplishments that Bernard Hopkins made by watching his weight. And look at the accomplishments that James Toney made by watching his weight. You see the difference? But like Bernard Hopkins said, he say fighters want to go to they go to two boxing camps. They go to boxing camp to lose weight, and then he said they go to boxing camp to get in shape to fight. He said he called the first camp a fat boy camp. He said go to fat boy camp, and then they go to training camp. But like my trainer used to always tell me, and like I used to hear them other guys say, you don't go to training camp to get in shape. You should be in shape before you get to the camp. You go to camp to hone your boxing craft. You should already be in shape before you get to the camp. Most boxers, and like I said, because you never know when the phone is going to ring for a fight. When you're up and coming fighter, you don't know when the phone is going to ring. And actually, do you want to fight such and such, and it'll be at the last minute. You might only have a week to get in shape. You might only have 2 weeks. That's why you should already be in shape. Who was that? They walk around and they make weight at the last minute. They got to fight the scale first. Then once they get in shape, then they got to start, once they make the weight, then they got to get in shape. And that's it, mess them up. That's why Don Turner used to always say, you gonna fuck around and talk like you got bubble gum stuck in your mouth. Because you're gonna be messed up getting punched on. Your body ain't made to be hit on. Like I was saying in my video, jogging is a waste of time. Don't jog, run. Don't jog 3 miles, run 3 miles. You fight fast, so you should run fast. Run and get it over with. What's the point of jogging? You can jog forever. Alright, chill. Let me go. I'll talk to you guys later, alright? Remember, like I said before, that's you guys learning them bad habits in the amateurs.